Hi, Chris Wilson from IProAU Australia. I've just wanted to share a story with you because it's very relevant at the moment, and with the whole "Are you okay?" being at the forefront of everyone's mind, I thought I'd share. So, as you may know, IProAU Australia, we look at performance measures, and we will look at the risk of burnout by going and measuring their stress response, cortisol, and looking at performance capacity to increase your ability to sustain elite level performance. In short, so the other day I was contacted by a principal who said, Chris, can you come in? Our top performer John, his numbers are dropping, and every time we try and approach John about the subject, he shuts us off. So as a third party and outsider, we want to bring you in and work with John. So I phoned John and I explained to John that I've been engaged by your principal. I really need to come in and just have an initial chat just to find out what's going on and where I can work with you and what areas we can develop. To which I was met from John by an absolute barrage of swear words. You know, what the hell, what could you possibly teach me? Stop wasting my effing time. And so it continued. And so I said to John, okay John, I've been engaged by your principal, I will book an appointment through your PA. In the meantime, the forward date's coming along, and I'm processing everything. I'm starting to think, oh, you know, it's going to be a confrontation. What am I going to do? What if John, you know, keep the door open, make sure I've got a way out? You know, I've gone through all these processes are going through my head. You know, what if John just absolutely flips? So the day comes and I go through the door of the office and I see John in his room in the corner, the back corner of the office, and he's got his head in his hands. So I took a deep breath and I walked in and I sat down opposite John at his desk, and I just looked at John and went, John, are you okay? And John just lost it. He fell off the cliff. He broke down, and the only way I can describe it is that John ended up sounding like a hurt animal. It wasn't human. At one point, John was wedged between his desk and the wall. He just let it all go. Now, a couple of things stand out from that story. One is John left the industry and never to return. But the two things are, one, John never asked for help. He never reached out. He never told anyone. And I believe that was probably the biggest barrier John had to trying to get through what he was going through. Two is his principal didn't realise or recognise anything that was going on until his numbers dropped. Now I can tell you, having worked with a lot of people in competitive environments, in sales environments, their numbers are the things that define them, and probably the last things to drop. They will do everything they can to keep those numbers going. The first things that we find drop are relationships, family, focus on themselves, so they start to focus externally rather than internally, and their financial decisions, their cognitive function starts to go. All these things drop first before their numbers. So I wanted to share that story with you because that's what we deal with when it comes to performance and people in highly competitive environments. And when it comes to are you okay, you can simply ask the question, are you okay, John? It's a simple question that would just mean the world to someone. So why don't you reach out, start building a connection with the people you work closely with all day, and start to see if you can support someone that's really close to you. You never know, you might just help someone out in a big way. Thank you.